Well, happy Monday to you. You know that most people know that there are two kinds of basic relationships. There is the vertical relationship between God and man, and then there is a horizontal relationship between us and other people. But did you know there's a third one? Hi, I'm Pastor Mark with Heights Christian Church. And what we're doing is we are going through the Bible in 5 years. So we would love it very much if you would consider subscribing to this channel and spending time with us daily as we go through the Bible. And currently we're in Proverbs, but in 5 years' time we'll get through the entire Bible. And so we invite you to come along with us and be a part of it. So today we are in Proverbs chapter 10. Now, the interesting part about Proverbs chapter 10 is, remember, 1 through 9 is Solomon talking to his son about the grasping or the chasing or the pursuing of wisdom. And at that point, it stops being sort of a dialogue to his son or sons. And then it becomes chapters 10 all the way to 22. There is a group of parallels. Now, parallels are just two lines, one right after each other about a particular subject. And so chapters 10 through chapters 15 are basically mostly antithetical parallels, meaning they're the opposites. The ones, chapters 16 through 22, tend to be synthetical or similarities or the similar statements. Usually they use that to expand more on a particular idea. But today we're reading chapter 10, and I'm just going to read the first 11 verses. I encourage you to read the rest of the 31 or 32 verses in Proverbs 10. But just to give you an idea of that there are actually three relationships that we need to consider when we are dealing with our lives. So let's read the Proverbs of Solomon in chapter 10, verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon: a wise man brings joys to his father, but a foolish son brings grief to his mother. Ill-gotten treasures have no lasting value, but the righteousness delivers from death. The Lord does not let the righteous go hungry, but he thwarts the craving of the wicked. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. He who gathers crops in summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps during harvest is a disgraceful son. Blessings crown the head of the righteous, but violence overwhelms the mouth of the wicked. The name of the righteous is used in blessings, but the name of the wicked will rot. The wise in heart accept commands, but a chattering fool comes to ruin. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. Whoever winks maliciously causes grief, and a chattering fool comes to ruin. The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. So this is good examples of three different relationships. So if we look back up here, talking about, let's see, we're at verse 3. The Lord does not let the righteous go hungry, but he thwarts the craving of the wicked. This is a relationship between man and God, because some have a relationship with God, some do not. And so those that have a true relationship with God, they appear to be righteous. And the wicked are ones who ignore God. That's the idea we see here in the Proverbs. So there's that relationship. And then there is verse 2. Ill-gotten treasures have no lasting value, but righteousness delivers from death. The ill-gotten treasures meaning something that is stolen, something that is grasped or taken from another person. So again, that's that horizontal relationship here. How you should be treating others. And then there's a third one. And that third relationship is relationship man and himself. How he chooses to live his life, how he thinks about things, how he dwells on things within his own self. And so, verse 4 is a good example. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. The idea of being lazy or diligent comes from within the person making choices, not from out. These are not outside forces. These are what the interesting thing about Bibles, the Bible, is there are a lot of commands in Scripture. They never have to tell us to don't work too hard, or because in our fallen nature we tend to be don't work hard enough, or we're kind of lazy. No, they don't ever have to command you, thou shalt be lazy, because we naturally do that. That'd be an easy command to do. But Solomon in his wisdom are showing the difference between what you choose within yourself, whether you are going to be diligent. A lot of places we see the idea of discipline yourself. My father used to say to me that a child usually just does what he wants, but an adult does what he has to do, or what he needs to do. And the good example is, as a young man, I would sleep in until noon, and other people would be getting up and go to work. And so when I finally decided that, well, I guess I better be an adult, I had to set that alarm and get up. Even though I didn't want to, I got up because I needed to be able to pay my bills, to be able to do the things necessary in order for me to take care of myself. And so, not that it's bad being a child, but there are times when we need to be the adult in the room. So anyway, hopefully this Proverbs 10, if you read the rest of it, there are words to the wise, encouraging us to be disciplined, encouraging us to be people of righteousness rather than wickedness, people who to be diligent rather than lazy. All of these parallels you will see today in your reading. And I'm grateful that you were here today, and I pray that you have a wonderful rest of Monday.